Greetings everyone, my name is Napoleon Complex. I go by Ludendorf in Southern forums. Welcome to Pike and Shot Campaigns. Today I will be looking at a battle between the French and the Italians. I am the French, my opponent Sedo is the Italians. Now I am really learning this game at this point because although I've played single player extensively, I have not played a lot of the multiplayer, and on the few occasions where I've tried I've generally been beaten. So this is going to be a learning experience for me. Let's look at the facts of this battlefield. The battlefield is littered with hills and rough ground that is going to make things difficult going for any form of heavy infantry and any form of infantry which does not have access, and cavalry which does not have access to firing, to firelocks or to missile units. So I have maximized my firepower. I've tried to bring everything I can possibly get my hands on which can fire missiles, and that will prevent my opponent from taking control of hills, as I can shoot at him until he comes off of them, and it will allow me to occupy areas of rough ground which will cause problems for the more cumbersome pike blocks, though I have had to bring some of them in order to counter the presence of these pike blocks as well. I have limited the amount of cavalry. The normally excellent French cavalry will not be coming onto the field with us, and instead I've opted for the lighter French cavalry, including again the ranged options and lots of cannon. I want to have lots of cannon raining down on this battlefield, causing the Italians problems, causing them disruptions. I don't want a turn to pass where I'm not bombarding something. So that's what I want to do, turn this battlefield into a maelstrom of fire. Now let's get into it. Oh, well, let's get into it next turn, shall we? See you next time, in the next turn. Greetings everyone, my name is Napoleon Complex. I go by Ludendorf in the Southern forums. Welcome to Pike and Shot. So today I am fighting Sedo. He is commanding an Italian army, 1474, against my French, 1474. The battlefield, as you can see, is a very dangerous map for us. The hills are towards my opponent's side of the map, particularly these ones, and the Italians have a lot more firepower available in their list than me. So while I brought as much firepower as I could due to the nature of the terrain, I do have to make some use of my heavy Swiss Kyle and Landsknecht Kyle and my two unreliable French-Italian pike blocks in order to make a difference. With all this open terrain, I am starting to regret perhaps not bringing more gendarmes. I could have brought up to 7 of these units, so I ended up bringing only 3, and I could have brought some mediocre Italian gendarmes to back them up. So I'm expecting a swarm of Italian mediocre light horse. My light horse are better quality, but they're likely to be outnumbered here, and so they'll need the backing of the cav, and I expect there will be a cavalry battle out here. Waiting on the defense and waiting to get shot up by the superior Italian firepower is suicide, so I have decided instead to adopt an aggressive approach. The plan is for my Swiss Kyle and my Landsknecht Kyle, along with my massed arquebusiers, to quickly advance to this point, drive the enemy off, who will surely take this point first, take the heights, and then sweep down into the valley. They will be supported by long-range fire from my massed crossbowmen and my light guns, who will also move up to support. Let me just readjust they should be about here. I expect a gap will open up that will allow me to fire through here. I have artillery back here to support against any units that are coming up through here. I expect there will be a battle in line here. And the light crossbowmen are back here, they can offer supporting fire as well. And finally, if we really get into trouble here, then by the time this is opening up, my French-Italian pikemen should have arrived and should be able to drive off any medium foot that are here. Although the sudden emergence of an Italian hired Swiss Kyle will certainly throw a spanner into the works. So weak left flank and focused right flank. Let's see how this goes. Next. Sorry guys, next turn. Here we go. Yikes, shouldn't have turned them like that. He's holding back his right now. So he knows exactly what I'm doing. Right, it's my turn. He's all ranged. The Lancers aren't. I can probably... I need to look out for these arquebusiers. That could also cover my movement. Let's think about this carefully. So his light forces are outnumbered here, and I definitely want to launch an attack based on that. However, I need to be careful because he's got his heavy cavalry behind, and some crossbowmen in support too. Right. Hopefully they can get right around the flanks, so we can get a nice 2-on-1 advantage against that unit here. Let's see. This unit here is an obvious candidate for focused fire. See, I think I'll move my light troops up to capture the hill, and if we distract his massed arquebusiers from their movements, all the better. Right, let's get on with that then. Good, that's a disruption. No need to waste any more fire on that unit. We might even manage to get one against the light lance as well, but those are dangerous to our argulates, as they are crossbow swordsmen, and the mounted crossbowmen are only crossbows. So we don't want to be doing anything too risky around them. So I'm going to hover. Let's see. Close enough that we're threatening this line, but far enough away that we're not at risk of being caught by a sudden charge. Right, these units move into their pre-planned positions. And the crossbowmen move up as well. And we really do have no choice but to engage here based on that. Caused some casualties, unfortunately it wasn't enough for a disruption. Pike need to keep, the Italian pike need to keep going. Rough ground is playing havoc with our advance. So if we can get them into these massed arquebusiers, or even if we just threaten to, that will cause, that will give them pause for thought. So I'm familiar with this kind of battle. It's a race against time in order to get win our side of the battle before my opponent can win theirs. Well, we may as well try and get away. Doubt it's going to be possible though. Next turn. Clever. I hate falling into ambushes. I'll just withdraw. Can't allow them to get charged by that, or they could end up getting hit in the back. We're probably better off just focusing fire on those Italian gendarmes. Still a bit risky. Let's see. Those light lancers in the center are a problem. Romans will come under fire doing that. That'll disrupt our advance. Oh dear. And never mind that I'm at risk of being attacked by the gendarmes, which means I can't advance here. I need to try and draw fire from that hill and away from my masked crossbowmen so the masked crossbowmen can move forward. Yep. See if we can make them wobble. Nope. Good. Alright, that's progress. It's not much progress, but it is progress. Now let's continue to extricate ourselves from this flank. Oh, great. The fact that I don't have a take-back move is tripping me up. At least our rear square is being protected by that rough ground, so that will make any attempt to charge my back rather unsuccessful. Oh my goodness, they're going to stand their ground, aren't they? It's a lot of firepower raining down upon my poor medium foot. It's awfully cramped for him in here. I was afraid something like that would happen. Could have been worse though. That's bad positioning of those Italian gendarmes. They're gonna get crushed. If they want to live, they'd better pursue all the way through, and they block the guns. At least it also protects my disrupted troops. Let's see. It's a long shot. Could work. Yeah, I know. I was hoping that would disrupt. Because it was last turn. That's not ideal. Try. Can they attack? The backs of my troops while I'm directly threatening them like this. Because I haven't managed to disrupt any of his units. We'll give one heck of a wallop to those guys, but I'm not breaking anything. I can at least have a go at this. Come on, catch something. Yep. It's on rough ground. Try and work on these light lancers while these guys swing around to help with this situation here. These light lancers will unfortunately need to take the volleys. Ah yes, and these guys come up to the flanks here. Hopefully threaten the arquebusiers if they try and stop my attempt to take the guns. Alright. Very messy battlefield. Next turn. Oops. Okay. But even then, if they decide to go that way, we could end up getting hit last. A priority charge target, huh? What do we move like this? Nope. Well then, it's decided. So we're probably going to get flanked by those Italian gendarmes next turn. Maybe we can hope for something to help us, but I'm not convinced it's going to happen. Next turn. Oh good. The gendarmes were actually disciplined? I think I need to take a moment to collect myself. Okay, I'm down in percent, but at this point I believe I'm winning more matchups than I'm losing. Excellent. And we should take the guns. And now he's in trouble. Ugh. Okay. Alright. We're gonna break here. Ooh, an upset. So our entire left is going to go. I can't deal with these guys. Yeah, I suspected that was going to happen. Raining hell down upon my pike blocks. Oh, I think he... No, those are only arquebusiers. They're not masked arquebusiers. So that might hurt him. I think that means I can't charge. That's the pike block going. I was wondering why my route percentage suddenly vaulted up. I was going to say, surely have to start winning at some point. Good. I can actually get some of these units to break. The problem is his units have been a little bit more stubborn so far. And that's not unexpected. These were just Italian pikes. They are unreliable. Well, as I say, French pikes. This is French-Italian pikes. Interesting. I wonder why mine are at a disadvantage. Greater casualty. We're close to auto break there. Right. Yeah, we have to charge here. So he's managed to save his Landsknecht Kyle, which is impressive given how bad their situation was. I'll have them charge into their peers. What's he got moving here? Right. Ooh. I wonder if they can stop me from charging by moving onto that rough ground. Now here's the other thing to consider. Those masked arquebusiers will break and hopefully lead my cavalry into his Italian gendarmes. So I might not want to make the obvious move and go after these Italian gendarmes. I might want to try something else. That's a route for me. This is all tied up for the moment in pursuit. This is ugly. But if we can hold out just a little bit longer, I think we'll get the charge into their rear. And we'll take this situation out here. See if we can get our troops to stick in combat. No luck. Okay. Well, we're still winning slowly here. And winning a bit more quickly here. Those are Italian pikemen. They should break fairly quickly. I need this unit to stand its ground. It's making me very nervous to turn around. Well, because if this unit breaks, while I'm trying to get into contact here, we'll get quite badly hurt. See, I've managed to win impact here. They will eventually get around the flanks of these arquebus. I need to protect the back square of these units at some point. It's just very dangerous to turn around just now, at this particular moment in time. I think if I turn sideways, I'll be able to move directly to the right next turn via square, because they're medium foot. And those are the movement rules for Pike and Shot. I'm starting to get to grips with this. They'll fall back next turn. I understand why you felt that was an acceptable situation now. Right now I need to decide what we're going to do with these units. I could charge here and try and explode into these light lances, but I risk carrying my entire cavalry force off the field. That's the only thing. I think I'm going to do it anyway. Bullseye. And there are no cavalry around to stop me. So that's all very good. This is looking up. Next turn. That was always going to happen eventually. Good. Okay. I'm hoping that's the beginning of the end for the French army. Wait, I am the French. I hope it's the beginning of the end for the Italian army. Okay, now it's critical where this ends up. That's not going to be a flank charge, unfortunately. Good. That's an instant break. That should help a fair bit. Ow! Uh-oh, I did not expect them to go in that direction. Well, that's not going to do much, but it is setting me up for some rather nasty attacks later on. More Italian troops are peeling off the field. Good. And that's one of my units coming back. Still not fully used to the UI, telling who's who is a little bit difficult sometimes. I mean, I've been playing single player Pike and Shot for a while. You'd think I wouldn't have any trouble recognizing which side I am, but I guess I'm just finding the finding multiplayer a bit disorienting for some reason. Okay. Hopefully we'll break this Pike block before the Landsknecht Kyle get round to engaging my own. I really hope they hurry up and sort this out. Got themselves into a right mess over here. Over here and threaten this unit from the side. If we can break this unit and this unit, I think we win. Or we'll be very close to winning anyway. Give them a shot. Oh, he's moving in reinforcements. I just realised he's got something around my flank. And if this unit gives way suddenly, which I'm afraid they'll do, again, I don't want to turn this unit around, but right now my Argolets are in terrible danger. I think they're in terrible danger whatever I do. I can't block this. I think I've lost my Argolets, which in turn undermines the position of these massed arquebusiers, and with this unit mysteriously veering over to here, they are on their way to attack us. That was a disastrous decision by our Italian pikes. They haven't got a thing right this entire battle. I need to hope we go into the back of those gendarmes. And hopefully that will allow the Italian pikemen to be broken, and I can free up some of these units to deal with all of this. But this is a dangerous situation now. If only I'd seen this, and if only my pikemen had displayed some common sense and ran off the battlefield instead of towards the hill. On balance, I guess I'd rather get driven in this direction. Hopefully we can run to this square here and I can avoid being flanked. Next turn. What reaction fire? Oh no! We were so close. We almost had them rescued. But they fragmented within 2 turns. Amazed how well those arquebusiers are fighting against a pike block, even if it's a mediocre one. Please tell me they went into the back of the enemy line. Aye, okay, that's something. I'm surprised because they haven't lost melee yet. Good. That's a relief. Ah! Well done. And I'm going to lose both of these units now. God, what a disaster. Oh good, that's useful. Wait, what? Oh, they're going to break once this unit breaks. See? Right. Of course, that brings us off the hill. Can you idiots do anything right? The number of opportunities they had to win that melee and push them off, and yet they failed to do it, and now the mass crossbows are going to go right into their backs. Well, flank charge isn't going to do anything there anyway. Do I go for the fragmentation or do I attack? Good. And if he tries to back off, you'll be in trouble. Oh, this is chaos. Complete and utter chaos. I love it. He's getting his cavalry around the route. I have to get these let's call them cataphracts, gendarmes around into the back of the Swiss Kyle. I hope those arquebusiers don't hold their ground. And of course he's coming after me with massed arquebusiers here as well. Now let's remind him that I have other units on the map. So he's now threatened a little bit if he wants to move off here and cause my gendarmes some grief. This is going to be a very close one. Next turn. Okay, wait a second. There's no way I am not considering all moves here now. If I could slow down those Italian gendarmes. He was very quick to exploit that break through. I see where this is going. They're going to pursue and they're going to go into the arquebusiers, who might stand their ground, they might not, who knows. Regardless, I'm going to try and anticipate that question and get them in the flank. I'm hoping he'll be hard pressed to stop me. Next turn. That could hurt us. Okay, we've got our Swiss Kyle back. That's well, our Landsknecht's back. That's important. My Pike units continue to be utterly worthless. So they'll be flanked next turn. And they disrupted. Sedo did a really good job locking all of that down. And our pikes are going. Now I understand why he was so determined to attack this unit. I thought, because normally Lights and Field of Glory would just break off, that would never work. But in this game apparently they persist for much longer in melee. So they're going to break soon. And that might honestly be all he needs for a win, to break these Master Arquebusiers. And my Pike blocks. You've got to be kidding me, what were the chances of that? Okay, are we going to do the everybody? Are we going to play everybody flanks everyone else? Are we? That's always a fun game. It depends whether or not that. Oh, but that's dangerous. We'll be attacking up hell. And if his Italian pikes come back, race after them and keep them running. Do not let them rally up. Try and crack those massed crossbows. If I can break the Kyle, that will be a huge help. Of course, it depends whether or not my troops are feeling obliging. There's more stuff coming up the hill. Next turn. Those are Master Arquebusiers on the flank. Okay. Crack them. It's another unit whose officers are getting hung, drawn and quartered. They'll just drop back. And they are now very close to the backs of my units. If I knew he'd do that, he's hoping that my units won't pursue into the back of the Landsknecht Kyle. A lot depends on pursuit here. Thankfully, his units are being impetuous. We've now got Master Arquebusiers right behind us, and they could cripple the Swiss. You better charge. Okay, That's something. Now break them quickly because we don't have much time. Why did they charge in like this? Really? They have an advantage. Even though they're disrupted. Oh, of course, because the mounted crossbows are moderately disordered. Just get out of there before you get all killed. Even a 1% chance is a chance. If those arbalets get disrupted now, it's all over. Thing is, you can just keep moving back into contact. These would cause some damage. And he's covering that tile, so I can't attack the master arquebusiers that are fragmented. Which is a shame because they are in an excellent position to get attacked. So many of my troops have taken casualties. Pull back and get the light lancers closer. Oh wait, they were going to go in. At least I found a use for these guys. Go and dispose of the Italian pikemen. Right, next turn. I suspect there won't be many more. I forgot about this unit as well, and I don't have many units left to rout. Okay. We can't break it, which means we're going to have to endure a rear charge. Now, admittedly, it's the Swiss who are enduring a rear charge. They have a pretty good chance of surviving. But if the Swiss were to suddenly break, the elite troops are not particularly prone to suddenly breaking. And we could be in for it. Good. Okay, that's what I expect from the Swiss. Not sure that was a great idea. Thank God they didn't charge the light lancers. Would have been straight into the side of my gendarmes. God, that was a ferocious last minute charge by Sedo. And we still can't get rid of the blasted pike block. Oh, maybe it won't. It was a good try, but maybe it won't pay off. They're just being fragmented, which means I can't use them to continue to pursue their pursuit, and they need to get on. They need to get out of there now. Close to auto braking. This charge has to work. We broke them. They're gone. They're down. That is both a good and a bad place for the gendarmes to end up. Just get out of there. Break them. Got them. Okay. And hopefully we'll shatter the Landsknecht Keil. And not the Landsknecht Buziers, and that will be the end of the battle. Not a moment too soon. That was a close cut run thing, and it's not over yet. I won't feel safe until I see the victory screen pop up. Next turn. I did it. By the skin of... Oh, have I done it? It might be a draw. Or have I lost? I mean, if he rallies... Did any of my units run away? Now it's a draw. I have been playing for a few, well, longer than I should be, put it that way, and because I was trying to get the footage together for a video, and that's a payoff right there. 1% in it. It's going to go for the victory screen. While we have the map in front of us, let's talk about that. I mean, at this point I am still learning, and I can't really comment too much on the specifics of strategy. Sedo definitely caught me off guard with the sudden movement of his troops to this area here. And he managed to catch me in a very nasty position in this gully where he was raining fire down on these arquebusiers. I managed to recover the situation a little bit by moving up aggressively and managing to get a few disruptions, but this all did eventually cave in, and he took out my pike blocks as well by very good use of his light foot. So that threw me onto the back foot. However, in the end I was able to identify enough key targets here to attack. I feel like if he could have withdrawn his soldiers from this side of the battlefield and just left these powerful pike blocks with nothing to aim at, that would have been good for him. He moved up rather aggressively towards me on the hill, and I think that was his undoing in the end. If he pulled everything back to the flank where he was winning and forced me to walk through a hailstorm of fire, and then he could possibly have beaten me that way. And also near the end, I mean, I only won by a few percent. If he'd moved that cavalry unit back up, then it's possible I never would have broken this Master Buzier unit. and that could have led to my victory. I think there was also an occasion where he moved past my endangered pike block near the end, where he pursued past it. Had he waited a turn, he might have managed to get them into the back of my not the back, but he could have got them in his disrupted. Well, it was admittedly it was his disrupted pike block into the back of my disrupted Swiss, and there's a chance the Swiss could have lost, panicked or something, and then run away. But overall, that felt like pretty solid play from my opponent, and that was a tough game. And I almost had nothing to aim this at. He almost moved out of the way and just shot me to death. Which, given the nature of the Italian army, is difficult to do. Remember, my army is much heavier than his. And so, unless the Italians can stay away and shoot up the French like this, they really do have problems. As for what I could have done better, to be fair, I'm not sure if marching up this hill would have done me any. I mean, imagine if he put his pike blocks on this hill and I'd encountered them marching up this. So I think that aspect of my strategy wasn't unreasonable. I think bringing the artillery was a mistake. If you're going to go for a very aggressive direct strategy like that, then you don't want any guns hanging around that you have to somehow protect, because these were just thrown away. And these were points thrown away, and it was a lot of points thrown away. It would have been a good section towards another pike block if I hadn't taken this gun. I would have been, well, it wouldn't have been another pike block, but I would have been able to take something equivalent to that. It would have been, the equivalent of another Italian pike block. And that battle ended up coming down to every single unit counting. So you can imagine if I'd had another couple of units of light cavalry, how differently things might have gone. And it would have been lower. I would have lost less of my army as well. So I would have won more decisively had I just not taken the flaming guns with me. What else can I talk about that I should have done on my side? Because you guys are probably drawing up lists. Maybe being a little hard on myself there. I think I played the battle generally pretty well. I was aggressive when I needed to be aggressive. But it was a tough fight. We'll see how it all turns out when the video is done. For now, let's have a look at the end screen. It's pretty formidable casualties overall. Well, and it looks like my opponent actually suffered less wounded overall. More dead, but less wounded. And it's probably due to people not making it off the battlefield in time. I think my casualties in terms of injured and killed people are actually worse. It's the desertions that have done the Italian army in. Right, everyone, I have been Napoleon Complex. I thank you for watching this video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video. Warm thank you to my opponent Sedo for the game today, without whom this video would not have been possible, and I will see you all in the next one. Farewell.